Okay, hi, I'm back. This is the second video of hashtag Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, volume 2. This is prompt 3, the Christmas tree. And so this is what I have so far. I've kind of laid these all out. I still have my template back behind there because what I want to do is kind of trim these. Do the basic. Let's lay these back out again. I did every other row. I'm going to move that in some. And we need this one too. I want to keep one of those in the center. Alright, so there's all my crumbs from that side. And now we're going to look at them from this side. Now I wanted this piece on top, so it's going to be a little bit shorter than what I originally came out to be, but it might not when I start spreading all this out. Alright, now I'm going to remove my pins. And I'm going to place these in the order they came. Oh, I also added this piece up here. I decided, remember I had the dilemma, I don't know if you saw the last video, of doing every other color, and so I thought, well, if I do this totally covered, then it really won't make a difference. So this is long enough, and I think I'm gonna put writing up here and do O Tannenbaum right there. So now I'm gonna start. I have decided my stump for the tree. I am going to put some embroidery. Let's move all that off of there. And here is my first piece, and all I'm going to be doing is, I think I'll go back to this green. Or am I going to use white, off-white? Want this more at an angle. That looks about centerized. Down just a little bit, so my stump can go right there. Beading on, I think I'm going to use this thread. This is just Coats & Clark. Their dual purpose thread. Not the heavy duty one, but the regular dual purpose. Back to this needle. Get rid of that. Alright, and so I'm going to start from underneath. I'll probably just in and out this. To hold it down. Because I am going to be embroidering over the top of it. Alright, so there's one. Now here is this. I cut this piece of lace down because it was way too big. But I like the ruffle on it, so we're going to go up to the top. I want to make sure that it's even on both sides. Sorry, I got the needle in my mouth between my teeth. I'm basically just basting these down. Sorry, that noise is something on the stove. I think I'm going to have to stop and go tend to it. Alright, so there's the two. I'll be right back. Okay, so we've gotten the two pieces on now. Now we're going to be adding our third piece. Here is going on our third piece. And now what I'll have to do is go back with some of these and do some stitching to help fasten the ends so they won't unravel on us or on me. Okay, next is this one. Okay, so there's our next row. Now we're back to white lace. Ooh. Finally got a doctor that will take my insurance and it will hopefully do my cataract surgery. I need to have it done for quite a while and trying to get someone to do it, and I think some of them just didn't want to take the chance with my eyes. I don't blame them. But the good news is that my retinal specialist has finally gotten to my... Okay, I'm back. Sorry for the interruptions. Such is life. But anyway, so back to my eyes. He is starting a clinical trial on the problem that I have, which is RP, retinitis pigmentosa, and hopefully from the other people that have done the study, they've had good results. It'd be so wonderful to but I don't know yet. I have to turn in my full health history, and he has to go through all that before he knows if I'm definitely a candidate. So that's... So if you say prayers, keep me in your prayers that I will be able to get into that. Hopefully it will give me some of my peripheral vision back. But I don't know. I mean, I could see if I was younger that might work, but now that I'm older, I don't know. Those are all questions I'll have to ask. But I have to get my cataract surgery before I can qualify. And I only can get it in one eye. And other eye, he won't let them to work on it, my retinal specialist. He said, nope, just one. So hopefully you guys' eyes are all doing good out there. Doing good, doing well. And then this is our last one. See, so that didn't take too long. Not quite a pointed top to the tree, but it will once I have a star on it, or an angel. cut it off in the back. And I'll get these two videos on. I'm going to do them separately so that it's not so long. And thank you to all my new subbies. Every time I look, I'm just so surprised. I want to thank you guys so much for the kind comments, and just means the world. So, but here we go. There is one Christmas tree on there. Now I will be working on the edges, going over them so that they won't, because with the crocheted lace, it has a tendency to unravel at the edges if you don't do some kind of stitching on them. So, and if you wanted the unraveled look, then that would be great. But if you don't, then that will go. Now I have to decide on what my star will be, or my ain't. I don't know which I'm going to put on there. And then I'm going to do some stitching and some other stuff all out on the sides. So that will be it for today. And I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day. Bye. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for the interruptions. Such is life. But anyway, so back to my eyes. He is starting a clinical trial on the problem that I have, which is RP, retinitis pigmentosa. And hopefully from the other people that have done the study, they've had good results. It'd be so wonderful to but I don't know yet. I have to turn in my full health history, and he has to go through all that before he knows if I'm definitely a candidate. So that's, so if you say prayers, keep me in your prayers that I will be able to get into that. Hopefully it will give me some of my peripheral vision back. But I don't know. I mean, I could see if I was younger that might work, but now that I'm older, I don't know. Those are all questions I'll have to ask. But I have to get my cataract surgery before I can qualify. And I only can get it in one eye. And don't, other eye, he won't let them work on it, my retinal specialist. He said, nope, just one. So hopefully you guys' eyes are all doing good out there. Doing good, doing well. And then this is our last one. See, so that didn't take too long. Not quite a pointed top to the tree, but it will once I have a star on it, or an angel. Knot it off in the back. And I'll get these two videos on. I'm going to do them separately so that it's not so long. And thank you to all my new subbies. Every time I look, I'm just so surprised. I want to thank you guys so much for the kind comments, and just means the world. So, but here we go. There is one Christmas tree on there. Now I will be working on the edges, going over them so that they won't, because with the crocheted lace, it has a tendency to, I unravel at the edges if you don't do some kind of stitching on them. So, and if you wanted the unraveled look, then that would be great. But if you don't, then that will go. Now I have to decide on what my star will be, or my, I don't know which I'm going to put on there. And then I'm going to do some stitching and some other stuff all out on the sides. So that will be it for today. And I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day. Bye. Hi guys, it's Nancy Lynn. I'm here working on my Christmas tree, and what I'm adding is the little bit of garland. And I'm using this, I believe it's a crochet thread. I got it at a resale shop. And so I don't know what brand it is or anything, but it's a gold. And I'm coming up right to where I finished off before, pulling it through, making a loop, coming back in and coming back out in the middle, pulling it through, and that way it'll catch my loop, and then I'm going back through on the other side that way. And that's all I'm doing for this garland. So how are you doing today? Hopefully all is well with you guys. Your world is good. I'm excited about this one, and I can't wait to get started on the next one. But I want to get these done before I start on my beach ones, because these are going to my nieces, and so they'll all get something similar on that side of my family. Now you can put this in a hoop and use a hoop. I just find I prefer this. So now I'm going to come down to the next one, and on each row, if you'll notice, I started like this time on this side, so it's got a full loop here, but up here it's got a half a loop, and that way it kind of makes it a little bit of a variance on each. Alright, so I'm going to come here, make sure that the thread is wide open so that you can grab it. And when you pull it, it'll catch it. And then that way, and then you go back through, and you go back up to that corner right there. So this is a fairly quick way of putting garland on there, if that's what you decide you want to do with your. So once again, we're going to come up away from the other about the same height. We're going to come in right there. Oh, see, I almost didn't. Make sure you catch that loop before you bring it through, and then kind of fussy it up where you want it. And then push it back through. So we've only got a few more of these to do, so I'm going to go off camera, finish doing these, and then I'll be back because I've gotten beads, and I have some of these long slender beads, and I think I might put some of those on there, but then I also have some regular round beads, and I just figure I'm going to put the gold beads, and so this will be all the gold. I just wanted this one to be beautifully simple with just the bit. And then I have this little itty bitty doily that I thought I could fold in half and kind of hang it off here, so it's kind of like my little tree skirt. And then we'll put the star. I'm going to do the writing O Tannenbaum across the top. So, and then I haven't decided what I'm going to do for, I might make some little stars around. I'm not sure what I'm going to, I just want it to stay simple. So, all right. I will be back when we start with the beading. Bye. Okay guys, I'm back, and I've worked on doing some of the beading on here, And at first, when I did the beading, let me see if I can get it where you can see it really well. I did the little round bead and I brought this down as a little dangle, and I got down to about here, and I thought about it, and the more I looked at them, the more they reminded me of, and I don't know if you guys remember these, but I remember my grandmother having them, and they were these little bubblers, and let's see if I can get it. And I guess the fluid was in the bottom piece and it would bubble up, but they were so pretty. I thought, but they were in red and greens, but I thought, oh, wouldn't they be pretty in gold? So that's what I'm trying to symbolize with these, are those little bubblers that my grandmother used to have on her tree. And so I'm down to this one empty row right here, and so I'm going to go through the beading on this. I've got my needle coming up and from the back. For me, I'm going right to the tip of my garland, and I'm going to put on the round bead first. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my tube bead and I'm going to come up right in the center of where this bead is, and then I'm going to drop on my tube bead. Oh, it's got a little break in it. And then I'm going to bring up my thread, but I want to line this up, and I'm going to drop, once I get it kind of straight where I want, I'm going to drop my needle right in the front of it, and pull it through. And now this time I can line it up exactly where I want it. I'm going to come up right at the top of the bead. Can you see where my needle is? And I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to come back through the tube, drop it right on top of the middle of that bead, and that'll line it up. And then I'm going to secure this little bead a second time. So each one of these is secured 2 times. And then I'm going to come in the back and tie a little knot. And then that way I know that that one's secured. I'm going to come over to the next one, do the same exact thing. I'm going to come up where my garland is. You can come up, you know, wherever you want to, where you want yours placed on there. Come up, sew my little round bead on. Come back up right in the middle of it, right on the top middle. Put on your little tube bead. Sure it's lined up, so it's kind of straight. Plant your needle. Whoop, I'm out of focus. Plant your needle right at the top of it. Did that move? Come back up. You might come back up and it might come undone, but the odds of it are slim. I've done all these and I've never had it come undone on me. Alright, and so you're going to get that one nice and secure. Come back up. Secure your bead. And secure it off. Do you have to do them like this? No, you don't have to secure them every time. I just feel more confident. And so I've just got 2 more to go, and in between the rows where I didn't put the 2 bead, I put just a single gold bead there. But I think when that's done, it's going to be simple elegance, I guess you could say. I just think it's pretty. It's got the little bit of bling. The only thing that's got to go is this little sequin up top here, because it's a silverish color and there's no other silver on here, so that'll have to go. So I'll probably put a bead right there. And then next will be my star, or an angel. I'm trying to see if I can find, I did have some little gold angels somewhere that would be beautiful up top here. If I find them, I'll be back. But this will be it for this video. Alright, you guys have a blessed day. Bye.